back. It's been a little while. I've got my tea and I guess I'm ready to start talking. If you know me, then you'll know that a couple weeks ago I turned 18, and in true IB fashion, I figured I'd do a reflection on these past 18 years. Granted, 18 years is really not that long. You don't really get anything done. I mean, most of those years you're really just learning to function as a human being. But, you know, I think I've learned some pretty decent things to get me through the rest of my life, however long that may be. I'm not by any means the wisest person out there, especially not at 18 years of age, but hopefully these 5 things can help you. The first thing I learned is that if you want something, you should work hard until you get it. I learned this lesson really through school, especially through these last 2 years of high school where I was really trying to reach a certain goal. I knew that I wasn't necessarily at the best place to get into the course or the university that I wanted to, so I knew that I would have to work really hard. I dedicated so much time to my studies, and in the end I did get into the universities that I wanted to, as well as into the courses that I wanted to. Currently, the whole university situation is a bit of a toss-up due to COVID. I can address that in a later video more specific to that. Going along with my first life lesson comes lesson number 2. You can't always get what you want, so sometimes you just need to be a little more flexible. You'll work hard, and sometimes it just won't turn out, but you always need to have a backup plan and make sure that you're okay with that backup plan. Just because you work really hard for it doesn't mean you'll necessarily get it, and things won't always go your way as much as you want them to. But, you know, that's completely okay, because when life closes a door, it always opens another, right? So take the opportunities as you get them, and don't really dwell too much on the past. New things may arise. You may meet new people, get new experiences, see new opportunities to develop as a person intellectually or physically, mentally. There's a lot of chances out there for you, so make sure that you have a plan, but remain flexible and open to new options. The third thing I learned is why do tomorrow what you can do today? In other words, don't procrastinate. It's really not worth it. This really pertains to schoolwork, but it can also pertain to things you do in everyday life. People like to leave their dirty dishes pile up in the sink, and that's frankly kind of gross. So why leave it until tomorrow when I can just wash it today and have my sink really clean and all of my thoughts organized? The sink can kind of be an analogy for the rest of your life and the rest of your schoolwork, you know? Don't just let it sit there and take up space and take up time and take up places in your mind. Just get it done, wash it, clean it up, organize your thoughts, and you'll be set for whatever else you have to do the rest of the day. Number 4, when making a big decision, weigh all of your options. So this kind of pertains to college decisions, but it can also have to do with other things as well when you have to make a big decision in your life. I tend to do pros and cons, so in that way I evaluate all of the options that I have and whether they are good for me or bad for me. I always make sure that I have all of my facts before I can move on. Number 5 is my last big life lesson, and it is to not take yourself too seriously. When you're a kid, it's kind of alright because you're not really conscious of who you are and how your actions and your words may affect others. But as we get older, we tend to become a bit more weary of how our actions and how our words will affect others and how we will be perceived by others. And this can cause a lot of anxiety. Obviously, I have my fair share of anxiety when it comes to interacting with people. Everyone does. We're always thinking about how they'll perceive what we're saying or what we're doing, how our actions will reflect on the kind of person that we are. But honestly, sometimes you just need to stop. It's easier said than done, but sometimes you just need to put those thoughts away and just say and do what feels right to you. What you do or what you say could be interpreted as kind of funny, and that's okay. You know, some people might think you're a little weird, but that's fine as well. Just laugh it off and move on. I learned that most of the times in embarrassing situations, you will remember it because it has an emotional and psychological effect on you, but most people around you or those who witnessed it really won't remember it because it's not that big a deal. So have a bit of a laugh, shake it off, and go on being yourself. I feel like this video was much quicker to film, which was kind of the point because honestly, I'm not really doing much right now, so I just wanted something very quick and easy to throw together and put up on my channel just to keep things moving and alive. I hope some of these lessons can be helpful to you as you go on with your life being an extraordinary human being in this extraordinary world that we live in. If anyone comes across this and feels the need to share their own life lessons, you can put them in the comments, which would be super fun because we could start having a conversation about it and hopefully learn from each other. Expect more list type videos like this from me because especially with COVID-19 and not really being able to go out that much, I've spent a lot of time reflecting. So will probably have more list videos of things that I've learned for IB, for life, for college, I don't know. So yeah, if you liked listening to me ramble for, I don't know, this is probably only gonna be like 5 to 6 minutes, go ahead and like the video, and if you wanna see more of me talking and potentially singing, you can subscribe to my channel, and that would be bomb as well.